Today we are cozied up next to a new Quest 3 charging dock that I think you might like. This dock comes from Prism XR, who I have partnered with in the past and reviewed a handful of their initial products that they came out with. And there's a couple of them that I still use to this day, which is why I'm happy to be partnering with them again, because their products tend to stand out when it comes to any sort of VR accessories or things like charging docks, for example. You tend to see a lot of kind of the same thing, just with a different skin on it. And I do think that Prism XR tends to have a different level of quality and just a different level of functionality. This one does 27-watt charging for fast charging with your Quest 3, and it also uses the existing charging pin connectors under instead of the Type-C on the side. And that means if you have something like a third-party charging strap like I do, I have the Bobo S3, which I really like, but whenever I have to charge it, I have to unplug it from the headset and then plug in the actual charging cable, and then vice versa when I want to actually play again. Which doesn't sound like a lot of work, but sometimes it gets old just doing that all the time. Some of the products from my original video that I'm still using are the Vega T1 earbuds here. If you check out any of my streams, you'll pretty much see me using these. They're just fantastic earbuds. They're comfortable, I can play with them for hours, and I can switch them between headsets if I need to. They just have this nice Type-C little dongle here, and that allows for very low latency audio, unlike just using typical Bluetooth. So these have been a huge win for me, as well as the Puppis specialized VR router, which is what plugs directly into my computer, and it allows me to play PC VR very seamlessly. I've been using Steam Link app on the Quest lately for all of my streams, and out of anything that I use in VR, the Puppis has really not failed me at all. I don't really have to do any troubleshooting with it. And if you're like me and you play around with a lot of different VR accessories and tech, then you know that not everything is very simple and seamless. So when you get stuff like that, it really tends to stand out. Let's crack this bad boy open and set it up so we can take a good look at it. That's how it looks. Wonderful presentation as always. All right, so here is the main part of the base. Let's get this off of there. So here is the main part of the base. They also have what they call flexi dock charging. So this is where it connects to the pins on the bottom of your Quest 3, and it has some movement, it has some wiggle to it, and that wiggle will allow you to just slap the headset on here and not have to worry about being so precise. Again, just a convenience, and sometimes that's what matters. And we got our Type-C charging brick here. Let's see if we can do a little ASMR. Am I doing it right? Got a quick start guide, got kind of a back piece here, and that helps support different styles of head straps, or if you have your head strap adjusted a certain way, right? So you have a certain size head, and maybe the stand has to be adjusted to match that. I've actually had charging stands that have this not be adjustable, and then I always have to tighten the head strap when I put it on the stand, and then I have to readjust it for myself. So again, another bit of a convenience here is that you don't actually have to readjust or retighten your headset. So another cool thing. And I don't think I mentioned yet, in case it wasn't obvious, this will also charge your Quest 3 controllers, and they come with rechargeable batteries and a different battery casing for your actual controller. And we got our Type-C to Type-C cable for plugging it in. So controllers first, let's get these set up. Just gotta take off the original battery cover, take out these old and dusty batteries. With anything like this, you wanna make sure the metal contacts are outwards, not inwards, so it can actually read them and make contact. Make sure our strap is in there, and then just press it on. There you go, they're all set. Okay, that's one. I was just complaining on my stream the other day about replacing batteries in my controllers, so it is good timing for me to get this thing. And two. They just go on, just like that. Also, there are LED indicators on the front that show when certain things are charging. This part is actually interesting. So the way that you get this attached to your headset, to your Quest 3, is you gotta slide this plastic piece on here. So we're gonna have this hole for the connectors. And what I gotta do is take off this adhesive layer. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to do this so you can see it, is we're gonna press fit. You can see that? Press fit it on right there. Boom. And that is the only reason we needed this thing. So this is just to align it and make sure that it sits perfectly over those connectors there. And look at that, you can barely notice it. It's just a little bit of an extra piece on the bottom there for charging. I got my full Quest 3 set up here. This is with the Bobo S3 strap. Okay, so the back piece needs to go in a little bit more. Whew, look at that, okay. All right, we're gonna bring you in for a better view of this. So here it is, all set up, all plugged in. You can just pick it up, drop it down. Look at that, it's charging. So look how nice and easy that is. You can just pick it up, set it down. Pick it up, set it down. Pick it up, set it down. Pretty much as long as you get the nose part in there aligned, you're good to go. Not too bad. Good job, Prism. And then if we want to take the headset off, take out the controllers, those just pop right out. And throw them back in. As long as you get the angle right, these come right in. Yeah, just like that. You have a little spot in there. Got a little spot in there for your wrist straps, all that stuff. But there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review here. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that may not have been clear from this review. And I can tell you that looking at Amazon right now, the D1 is going for $80, but there's a $10 coupon that you can check off there. I will have referral links as well in the description, plus a link to my previous review if you're curious about their other products. If you want to use those referral links, they do support me. I really appreciate it, and it's no extra cost to you. Appreciate it. Also, remember to catch me live Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, typically around 8 p.m. Central Time. I go live on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, so pick your poison there. And if you could also tickle the subscribe button, I would be eternally grateful. Cheers.